Hi there, I'm Jenny. I'm going to be demonstrating to you today how to make a tintype. So I will introduce my portable darkroom here. It's a 4x4x8 tent-like structure. Inside, this is where the magic happens. So right here is a plate holder. This is my silver nitrate bath. I can put the plate into the silver that way. This is my dirty water catch tray. I've got 2 different bottles of collodion here of different ages. I also have 2 different bottles of developer of different ages. These are my plates. They are aluminum plates that are 4 by 5 inches. I've got my gloves, my headlamp, my water, paper towels, garbage, and then I filter my wastewater through there. I'm gonna walk over here and introduce to you my cameras. These are the cameras. I've got a 8x10 view camera on the left and a 4x5 view camera on the right. This 8x10 camera, it's an Eastman View number 2. I've got Eastman, of course, is Chamonix 4x5 camera with my Derogi lens, Derogi French lens from the 19th century. I have my lens cap that I made with black matte board and gaffer's tape. All right, so we're gonna go in the tent and I'm gonna show you how I coat a plate with collodion and sensitize it in the silver nitrate. So let's go in. We will begin by coating a plate. In my darkroom, I have my plate holder here that's ready to go. Here's my plate. These aluminum plates come with a plastic layer that keeps all dust and oils off the surface of the plate, which is really important because collodion is going to have trouble sticking to a plate that's dirty. I'm using my newer collodion here that I made about a month ago. And now let me just adjust this so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm going to wipe away any dried bits of collodion on the mouth of the bottle so they don't land on my plate. And then what you do is you just pour a thin layer on the plate. You want to reach all 4 corners completely. You don't want to backtrack. And then I'm recapturing collodion back in my bottle. That is considered sacrilegious to, I think, a lot of tintypists, but you're supposed to collect it in another bottle so that you can then adjust the amounts of ether and alcohol in there because they evaporate in the air. But I have never done it that way, and the times that I have tried to change my methods, I end up fucking up, so I don't do that. All right, so now I gotta get my headlamp. Where did I put it? I've been admiring this for a long time, but right now I just flipping love it. And let's just see what happens. I actually am shooting, I'm gonna be shooting vertically I don't actually think the whole thing fits in. Let's see if we can't make it so that you can see what I'm seeing. There we go. You can kind of see it. All right, so I pulled my plate out of the silver nitrate bath and wiping off the back of the plate so that it's dry. Putting it in the film plate holder, closing up. All right, let's go outside. So this is going to be a pretty long exposure. I've got my aperture set to 22, is that right? 23, because I just want to make sure, you know, certain things are in focus. So let's just open the shutter. I'm going to do about, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. And some of these little blooms are going to render a little fuzzy. Oops. I just pulled apart one of my plants. I just pulled this out. How long has it been? Okay. Let's close it up. Oh, I forgot I'm so used to not having a shutter. All right. All righty, here we go again. Have some more coffee. All right, so I'm going to take the plate out of the plate holder, the exposed plate. I'm going to take my developer, and in one fell swoop, I'm just going to kind of pour it all over that plate. I'm going to recapture it and pour it back on. And I'm just going to look out for my highlights. Ideally, it should be about a 15-second, 8 to 15 seconds. I prefer 15. I also have a developer that is made for hot temperatures, so it develops slower. I can see it's coming out. It's going to continue to develop after I stop it with water. I can see it's on the contrasty side, which is okay. No problem with that. And you want to make sure that you get all of the developer off, because there is acid in the developer. And the fix that I use is potassium cyanide. And if I have any excess acid remaining from the developer on the plate, of course, chemistry, we love chemistry, that will make cyanide gas. But I don't have any concern for it. First of all, these are small plates. I am outdoors. My potassium cyanide is a weak solution, but it is really important just to know what materials you're working with. All right, I think that is satisfactory.
I seem to not have my... Oh, it looks really nice.
So here's that plate. Here's my
so
fix. Put it in there. Looking good. More contrast than the other. It's going to be in here for about 10 seconds. likes to dance around, slide on top of each other. Not bad. Here's the other one that I did first. Put it next to each other.
Here I am in my dark room. This is a 4x4 tent. I have material by the lane with my hands in my pocket, jingling a wish coin that I stole from the fountain that was running on the cares in the world. When I get older, climbing up on the back porch fence just to see the dogs running with the wind and the question, and my shivering voices singing through a crack. I better go alone. Going alone, down on the corner, see me standing on a makeshift phone with the dust down, black shadow, pull a hammer from a coal mine down when your daddy was smoking, pull my hair back, struck a match on the bathroom wall where my number is written, driving on the sidewalk, looking back at the sky is burning in my rear view. Going alone, going alone.
I'm going to show you what this plate looks like prefix. Not seen this. Pretty cool. This is the coolest shit. So I'm going to put it in the fixer. This is when you get your image. The magic. That looks nice. So it goes in the fix for basically, you count how many seconds it takes to clear, and then you count that again for your length of time fixing. If you leave it in there too long, you will bleach out your image. It will disappear. Sometimes you want to do that if you want to add contrast, but you need to be very careful because you can permanently ruin your plate. So that looks pretty damn good. All those are pretty damn good. Let's go into the water wash area. So here we are. I have running water here, so you always kind of want to watch out because the plates like to dance in the water bath, and they can land on top of each other and scrape each other and permanently ruin each other. Okay, so the plates have been washed, and now I'm going to prepare them to dry. What generally happens, or often happens, I should say, is there's some unexposed silver on the plate, which looks like a white cloudy material. So I gently take a wet cotton ball that I can wipe off any unexposed silver on the plate. While the plate's wet, you can really scratch very easily the surface, so you need to be careful. These plates will lighten up when they've dried consideration. So in a way, this is my favorite plate, I think, of all. There is, I don't know if you can see, but there is more unexposed silver on this plate, so I'm going to do a little more wiping, not just along the edges. Usually it's just the edges that get a lot of this unexposed silver, which is often why I wipe off that extra silver from my plate holder, which I was doing in the dark room. So let's see. Wow, this one is just so different. I mean, this is a different lens, different framing, different all around. All right, so that's that. So here are the plates from yesterday, although that's meaningless for you. These came out quite nice. You can see the differences of collodion and developers there. So one day later, you can kind of see how they dry up. If I were to varnish them, they would look like they were wet permanently. So a little bit darker and a little more sepia toned.